neck and neck. You had a 3-game lead on me. I've chased you down these last few weeks. Now we are officially tied.
You copied me because I had to lead consistently for the season.
And that lead is gone. I did the LeBron chase down block. Pow. Pinned it against the backboard.
Yeah, well, do you have the lead? Do you have the lead?
I basically have the lead. I basically do. Basically, Lambo.
Yeah, well, the Jets are just that kind of team, to where it's like they'll be there, they'll mess up your picks, then you'll be like, oh, they're pretty good, I'm gonna pick them, and then they lose it there for you, and then you're like, oh, why'd I do it? You know what I mean? So I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. You're just gonna blow up all in your face against the backup quarterback. They got their weapons.
Super Cooper.
They got AJ Brown. Ooh, Super Cooper. Ooh, so scared of Super Cooper. The guy that throws for 100 yards and 0 TDs, 0 picks a game. I'm so scared of that. But anyway, okay.
What's up?
Wait. Hold on a minute. Can you bring up your cup again? Your cup.
Yeah, my cup, man. My cup. You talking about Cooper cup or my cup? What are you talking about? Why you looking like that, man?
Why you got it in a triple cup?
Because it keeps it cold. Man, you ain't know that?
I knew that.
Ooh. Yeah. You know about that. Yes.
But is that the only reason, or do you have some stuff in there that you don't
That is the only reason. That is the only reason. So I am not like some people. I do not use the double and triple cup like some other people do, or for the same reasons that they do. I have my own reasons. My reasons. My reason is for insulation.
This is former Chicago Bear Desmond Clark. And y'all hear me on many podcasts, but when y'all hear me on Pick'em Pros, y'all know it's all about family. This ain't just business.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You know who it is. I am Derrick Thompson.
And I'm Diego Thompson.
Who are we?
We're the Pick'em Pros.
We are the Pick'em Pros coming back at you in the house. We're special edition here. Hey, we are about to go into, we're going into week 6 already.
Wow.
The season is just flying by. I have chased you down like I said I was going to. We are tied on our picks, and man, it's just over from here. I'm just taking it. I'm just about to pass you, man. I've officially chased you down, bro.
Okay, man. Well, you haven't taken me down yet, so you gotta. You can come out here and talk when you actually secure the lead, because me, I come in the clutch.
All right.
Because right when you think you have it, I'm just coming. I'm like, nope, just snatch it right from you.
That's how you're doing it. All right. Well, we are Derrick and Diego, Pick'em Pros. We're coming at you every week with our new show here called Who You Got, where we are picking all the games for the NFL season. We'll pick through the NFL regular season. Then we'll pick through the playoffs, NBA playoffs, March Madness, all that. That'll encompass our entire season. But again, we're going into week 6 of the NFL season right now. We've been picking every week, and now we are tied. We are both at 45 and 34 this season. I'm coming off another 11 win, back-to-back 11 in 5 weeks. You, my son, put up a 10 in 6 week. So decent week, but now we are tied and ready to keep on moving. But hey, man, what are you rocking today? I see Ravenscroft football hat, jersey. What's going on?
Yeah, well, I'm rocking, my jersey right here. That's my jersey, and this hat. Also from the same team. So, yeah, just rocking my gear. It
Rocking
felt
your
like
gear.
rocking my own gear. You know what I mean?
Rocking your own gear. Okay, so this
Yeah,
is your
rocking
final
my
week.
own gear. It's like you just got a jersey and you just feel like wearing it. You know what I mean? So I just felt like wearing my gear.
Okay, just gonna wear it. All right, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Well, your football season is coming to a close. I think you have one more week. You guys have been on a little winning streak now, so you're doing well. And you've been playing linebacker on defense, tied it on offense, but now I think your role is expanding. What else are you playing on offense a little bit?
I'm playing slot receiver.
Slot receiver.
Yes.
Okay. All right, expanding. Are you fast enough to play slot receiver?
Of course. I'm probably the fastest receiver on the team. So, yeah, of course. Easy.
All right.
At least one of the fastest.
Cool. Well, it's been fun watching you this year. Hate that it's just one more game left, but then it's going to be on the basketball season, man. So you just have to shift gears as we are. So we actually are going to be filming tomorrow our Who You Got Basketball Edition show, where we are giving our picks for the NBA season as far as all of our playoff picks. So we're going to give those picks 1 through 10, pick who's going to make it in the play-in game, and just do the whole shebang. So that's really how we started earlier this year when we started posting. We really got into it once basketball came around. So I'm excited that that's coming back. So I'm looking forward to that show. So don't miss that. That'll probably come out this Sunday. All right. Well, hey, man, let's tell everybody who we're playing for. So not only are we picking, we're not just picking the pick. We actually are raising money for great causes. So the winning person between Diego and I, our team's going to get $2,500 to go to the cause of our choice, and the losing team will get $500. So who are you playing for this NFL regular season, Diego?
Yeah, well, I am playing for the Eat.Learn.Play Foundation by Steph and Ayesha Curry in Oakland, California.
All right, cool. So that's what you're playing for. I am playing for the Jalen Rose Leadership Academy out of Detroit, Michigan. A big fan of what they're doing and what they're all about. So that's who I'm playing for. So one of our causes is going to get 2,500. The other cause is going to get 5. And that's what we're doing for the regular season. And then when the playoffs comes, we'll pick new causes and new deals and run it back. All right. So excited about that, man. So we're neck and neck. You had a 3-game lead on me. I've chased you down these last few weeks. Now we are officially tied. And oh man, it's on. So I can't wait. Now we have to recap what we did in week 5. We always do a quick recap, and then we go into our picks for the next week. So let's go ahead and recap. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So let me go into mine since I had the win this week with my 11-5 record. So those of you that are checking us out on YouTube, again, please subscribe if you have not subscribed already. We are on all platforms, so check us out wherever you get your podcasts as well. But here you can see, again, win 11-5. I say my signature win was probably the Cowboys over the Rams. I've picked the Cowboys a lot this year. I've been right with most of those picks. I like what they have going on with Cooper Rush, and they're on a roll. So that was definitely signature win for me. And I think one of my signature losses would probably be the Bengals losing to the Ravens. So I've been riding that one hard. I know you said the Bengals were done, and man, I'm sure a lot of other people agree with you. I don't quite agree with that just yet, but I think your take is getting more and more momentum.
Yeah, the Bengals, I think it's pretty clear that the Bengals are not winning that division. So just thing to point out,
So there have been a few losses in the division. So, I mean, they have the Steelers. The Steelers are going to be pretty bad this year. But the Ravens could easily be 5-0, right? But they've lost 2 games. So the Ravens have not pulled away just yet, although I really like what they're doing. So we're going to check them out in person in another week. But they haven't pulled away just yet. So it's really close. And then Cleveland, they obviously haven't either. So it's really going to be a race between the Bengals and the Ravens.
Yeah.
They're going to play again in Cincinnati. So I don't know. I mean, I would say the Ravens are looking good to probably win that division, but it's not over just yet.
the Bengals, they could. I thought that they were going to win the division at the beginning, but just like after seeing how they played and everything, I think that the Ravens right now are the better team. I think they'll probably get the game. They'll probably win the game in Cincinnati, but I don't think they'll win the division though.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. So we'll see. We'll definitely see what happens. I think it's going to be close. And again, the Ravens are looking good right now, but we'll see here. So, hey, let's go into your recap. Let's recap what you did this past week. Again, you went 10-6. Not too bad. We are tied. Any signature wins or losses that you want to call out from week 5? We're showing the graphic here.
Yeah, well, the signature win, I really want to call out that Ravens-Bengals game. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. You're gonna stay on that.
Yes, I'm gonna stay on that because I gotta give you a take. So I told you the Bengals were done. I told you Burrow's done. The Bengals are done. Everyone's done. Okay, so I told you that the Ravens would beat them, and especially in Baltimore too. They're like no, like not in Baltimore. So that was definitely a signature win. The signature loss would probably be Cowboys-Rams. I thought the Rams would be a better team right now, but but for some reason they're just not the team that everyone expected them to be. So I got that one wrong.
Like I told you, you came into this season riding so high on the Rams. You wanted to.
No, did I pick them to win the Super Bowl? Did I pick them to win the Super Bowl?
Basically.
No, I didn't. I told you the Bills were winning the Super Bowl.
You did.
Do not try to say like, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Don't try to make up little tiny excuses and things. Yeah, because you picked the Bengals to win the Super Bowl, and they only have 2 wins.
Okay, and they're gonna be fine.
And you picked the Niners to win the Super Bowl, and they lost to the Broncos.
No, I picked the Niners to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. You picked them to get to the same thing.
Niners.
Yeah. You picked the
Niners. The Niners are looking good right now. They're starting.
They lost to the Broncos.
Starting to get it together. That was early.
They scored 10 points.
They're fine. Have you seen them these last few weeks? Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Ooh, they played Carolina. They beat up Carolina. What an accomplishment.
Jimmy G.
Yeah, okay. So because they beat Carolina, now you're gonna be like, oh, they've been looking good,
They beat your Carolina Panthers. Okay.
Yes. They did.
They beat your Carolina Panthers. All right. And Debo is just running over everybody. I mean, he is just a total beast.
Okay, well, I already told you Debo was good. Jeez.
He is. So, no, my
a top 5 fantasy receiver.
My Super Bowl prediction is still looking okay. Okay, they're still looking fine. The Niners have just as good a shot as anybody to get back to the Super Bowl. The Bengals, admittedly, are looking a little shaky, but
they are a little shaky. Yes,
they will ride the ship, and they will be okay. They will be there when it counts. They will be fine. I am not jumping off the bandwagon. I'm there with the Bengals. We are good. Bengal Nation, we got it. Not a problem. Feeling good about it. All right. Well, hey, man, you ready to get into these picks for week 6?
I'm ready.
All right. So let's get into these picks for week 6. Again, we agree on 7 and we disagree on 7. So there's 14 games this week. 4 teams are on bye. So we have a few less games to pick this week, but feeling good about this, man. We disagree on more games than we ever have. A lot of these are close, very tough to pick. So this is going to be very interesting. So one of us, I think, is really going to separate ourselves this week since we have so many. Last week, we agreed on 13 and disagreed on only 3. So you basically copied me on all the picks. But this week,
you copied me because I had to lead consistently for the season.
And that lead is gone. I did the LeBron chase down block, pow, pinned it against the backboard.
Yeah, well, do you have the lead? Do you have the lead?
I basically have the lead. I basically do. Basically. Yes.
There's no basicallys. I don't accept basicallys.
All right, man. Well, hey, you ready to get into this?
Okay, I'm ready.
So it's actually the time of filming is Thursday. Actually, I think they're kicking off right about now for the Commanders and Bears game. But we already posted a short and we gave our predictions for that. But who do you have for this Commanders Bears game that's kicking off right now? Who you got?
Yeah, well, I have the Commanders winning. Carson Wentz is 6-0 in Thursday night games. And yeah.
That's a good stat. I did not know that. Okay.
Yes, I just figured that out today.
Okay.
So, fun fact. But yeah, so he is 6-0. They're playing the Bears. They're not going to put up big offensive stats. Carson Wentz, even though he's not consistent, some games he might throw for like 3 or 4 picks. Other games he might throw for like 300 yards and a couple touchdowns. So you never know. I think it could possibly be one of those days, and he shines on Thursday nights. So got them winning.
Well, I think you're absolutely crazy, and I actually need to have you tested for picking the Commanders on the road. So that is just
against the Bears, yeah. The Bears suck.
well, okay. That shows you how crazy you are with this pick, because I, for the first time this season, am picking the Chicago Bears. Okay. So
how many times have you been wrong about the Chicago Bears?
I've been wrong twice. No,
it's a lot. That's a lot of times for 5 weeks. Yeah, jeez.
But
man,
I'm gonna be right on this one. The Bears are at home. The Bears have been playing well.
They're at home.
Okay, I believe they're the 2 wins that they have been at home. So they've been a bit of a juggernaut at home. So they're in the friendly confines of being at home in Chicago. Soldier Field. I think is it still called Soldier Field?
I think so.
Okay, I think it's still Soldier Field. I should know that. But they are going to win it. My fantasy football running back Montgomery is going to go off tonight. I need him to.
So what about your other fantasy football running back?
Okay. So do you want to talk about fantasy? Do you just want to switch and go to fantasy? Do you want to talk about that beatdown that I gave you this week?
I feel. I have a feeling that we should continue.
Okay. You want to stay on this? Okay. I thought you'd want to stay on this and not go to fantasy. But let's stay on this. So I'm with Uncle Dwayne this week. I am going Chicago Bears, and I'm gonna get the dub on this one and get an advantage over you and have the lead. So that's what I've got there. So all right. So
we need to have you tested.
For
calling the Bears a juggernaut at home. Call them a home juggernaut. We need to have you tested, man.
That's a good point. I can't even come back on that. That's a good one, man. All right. Okay, so that's the first one out of 7 that we disagree on. All right, let's get to the second one that we disagree on for this week. We have the New England Patriots traveling to Cleveland to play the mighty Browns. Who you got?
Yeah, well, I got the Browns winning, because they were just a field goal away. One just horrible field goal away from beating the Chargers. They probably should have beat the Chargers.
Okay.
But and then the Patriots, they beat the Lions, but I don't know how long their momentum's gonna last, with their third stringer. So I have the Browns.
And that was a beat down too. That was a beat.
Yeah, well, it was the Lions.
Yeah, but still, I mean, the Lions have been putting up huge offensive numbers all season.
They're the Lions.
I didn't expect them to get shut out.
They're the Lions.
That was crazy.
That's all you need to hear. They're the Lions.
All right. Well, we're going to get back to them. But, yeah, I disagree with you, man. I have the New England Patriots in this one. I think Bill Belichick is going to return back to Cleveland, where he started his head coaching career. He is going to get the win. I think New England's really putting it together. They look good on defense. I think Cleveland's going to have trouble scoring against these guys. And I think Belichick, they do a good job of taking away your strength. They look a lot better than I thought they would this year. So I'm going with the road team in this one. I'm going with the Patriots to knock off the Browns. I'm going with a lot of upsets this week. So that's kind of a recurring theme. I think there's going to be a lot of upsets. All right. So that's the second one, man. All right. So the third out of 7 that we disagree on this week, we have the New York Jets traveling to Lambeau Field to play the Green Bay Packers. Who you got?
Yeah, well, I have the Packers winning, them bouncing back from the London game. because London games can be weird for some teams, So maybe, and then they just had some bad luck, I feel like, just in the second half, because they had a big lead on them at halftime, and then it just whittled away. So I think that the Packers will bounce back, and Aaron Rodgers is going to be slinging the ball all over the field, and they're going to win.
Well, I hope Aaron Rodgers slings the balls. I have him as my fantasy quarterback.
But sad.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I've got the Jets in the upset this week. They are fast. The secondary's fast. I was really impressed with how they hung with the Miami receiving core. So I think they're going to do the same with the Packers. They are taking names again. They said they were taking receipts, but they seem like they're kind of for real. They're not beating any top tier guys, but I think the Packers are inconsistent. The Packers cannot put it together for an entire game. They have one or two good drives, but they just can't sustain it. And I think they're going to have trouble with the Jets secondary. So I actually have the Jets, the team that has been aggravating the mess out of us all season and has messed up so many of our picks. They are not going to mess up my pick this year because I'm picking them. I'm going with the Jets to upset the Packers in Lambeau.
The Jets are just that kind of team, to where it's like they'll be there, they'll mess up your picks, then you'll be like, oh, they're pretty good, I'm gonna pick them, and then they lose it there for you, and then you're like, oh, why'd I do it? You know what I mean? So I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. You're just gonna blow up all in your face.
But if that happens to me, I'm really gonna hate the Jets. Then I'm gonna be so I hope that does not happen. But we will see there. All right. Well, let's get to our fourth game here. We have the mighty Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Who you got in this
one? Yeah, well, I have the Jaguars winning, going into Indianapolis and beating the Colts because I am just done with the Colts, and I don't know when I'm ever going to pick them again. So I just have the Jaguars winning.
Yeah,
beating the Colts.
You are really, really, really done with the Colts.
Yeah, I don't like them.
You are not taking them at home against the Jaguars.
Yes, because you know why? Because it's just I had them winning the division. They already messed that up. They barely beat the what do they call it? Broncos in their stadium, and that was just a horrible game. It was like 12-9. It was just a weird game. And and just the the Jaguars have the Colts number. They seem to beat them a lot. So
yes,
I think that they will win.
So this is great. This is like my Jets pick for you though in reverse. So the Colts have messed you up so much. You have picked the Colts a few times, gotten it wrong. They have messed you up.
And then they cut my fantasy kicker.
Yes,
missing one field goal.
Yes, that was bad. They cut your kicker, messed your fantasy team up. They were your pick to win the division. They've messed that up, and now you're going against them, right?
Yes, I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to feel inside of me to pick the Colts again.
Well,
I don't care if I look. I'm not going down.
Well, I have news for you. This is the game they're going to win. This is going to mess you up even more. And you're really going to hate the Colts. Oh, man, this is going to be so funny. It's so fun to watch. I can't wait to watch this one with you, man. But, yes, the Colts are at home. They're the home team.
Ooh, they're at home.
The Jaguars have had their number. They have had their number. But this is a must-win for the Colts. They're going to pull it out. They're going to get the dub. And Diego's going to be so mad and will hate the Colts even more so. That's what I've got there. It's going to be fun to watch. All right, so let's get to our fifth game that we disagree on. We have the Minnesota Vikings traveling to Miami to play the Dolphins. Who you got?
Yeah, well, I have the Vikings, and I think this is the game they sort of have to win to validate themselves as a good team because – the Dolphins, they have no Tua, no Teddy, so they're on their third string quarterback that no one's ever heard of.
Yes.
And Tyreek might not play.
Tyreek's going to play.
Because he's injured.
Nah,
And even if he does play, he's going to be he had those little steps that he takes all the time. They're going to be like little tiny hobble steps.
nah.
That's how it's going to be. So yeah, and then so I think in Minnesota, like they barely beat the Bears and like the Saints. I think if they're going to be a good team, they have to at least just win this game.
Well, I will say if Tyreek doesn't play, Dolphins have no shot. But I think Tyreek is going to play. Dolphins are going to win this game. I know they're down to a
big gamble
quarterback. I know they're down to a third string quarterback. Wait, we got to record this show pretty early. I know they're down to a third string quarterback, but I just have to go with the Dolphins. I think they're going to find a way. They really have to kind of ride this out until they can get Tua back. This is one of those games that they need to steal. I think they will steal it. Minnesota, although they have a good record, they've been really shaky with a lot of these wins. So I'm thinking and hoping that the shaky Minnesota team is going to show up. They'll let Miami stay in it, and Miami's going to cash in and get this game. I've got the Dolphins prevailing in this with a Tyreek that plays and a third string quarterback. So that's what I have on this one. So another one that we disagree on. The sixth game that we disagree on a lot, 6 out of 7. We have your Arizona Cardinals traveling to Seattle to play the Seahawks, man. Who you got?
Yeah, well, I have the Cardinals winning. Kyler doesn't have to do a lot of studying for this week. He can just go out there and do whatever. Yeah, the Seahawks, I'm not scared of this year. I don't think they're going to give up 48 points to them, and I think they're going to really kind of expose them because they've been putting up some points these last couple weeks, but they played bad defenses. So I think that the Cardinals might expose them, and Kyler's going to run around and he's going to throw some passes. And this is the last week they have to play without D-Hop, so.
D-Hop will be
coming back next week. That's good for my fantasy team.
Oh, man, that's going to be big. Yeah, I've got him in my other fantasy league, so I'll be happy to have him back as well. But, yeah, this is one, man. Seattle has been a very aggravating team for me this year. They've messed up at least 2 of my picks this season so far. I'm not getting burned by them again. They are playing very well at home. They've been scoring a lot of points, and Arizona has been extremely shaky this year and have been struggling without D-Hop. So I think this game, if the trends continue the way that both of these teams have been playing, Seattle should find a way to get this game. And man, if they get this game, it's really gonna look bad for Russell Wilson. So we'll see, but I think Seattle pulls this out somehow.
Man, that's the theme of the week for you, man. It's like, okay, this team's messed me up so many times. I'm not going to pick against them again.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is my theme of the week. So we'll see. It's either going to be great for me or it's going to bite me. We're going to see. All right. Oh, man. Here we go. The last one that we disagree on. The seventh game that we disagree on. We have the Dallas Cowboys, the team that I burned you on last week. Okay, you were a homer, sticking with your little LA Rams. I told you the Cowboys are going to win. I also said last week, and go back and play the tape, might even play the clip. I said the Cowboys are going to have at least 5 sacks in that game, which they did. So, I called it, and I'm on it. Cowboys travel to Philadelphia. Who you got?
Yeah, well, I have the Eagles winning. They're the only undefeated team in the NFL. 5-0 at home against the backup quarterback. They got their weapons.
Super Cooper.
They got AJ Brown. Ooh, Super Cooper. Ooh, so scared of Super Cooper. The guy that throws for 100 yards and 0 TDs, 0 picks a game. I'm so scared of that. But anyway, so they got the weapons. They got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert as the receivers, out of their 3 receivers. They got Jalen Hurts, so you can throw it and run it. And then, as I said earlier, they're at home. They have a good defense, maybe expose Super Cooper a little bit. So, yep, that's what I have. Eagles.
I don't know about that, man. The Eagles are undefeated. But
they are defeated.
they looked a little shaky last week. They were close to losing that game. And I picked the Eagles to win last week, but I was nervous about that game. I felt that the Cardinals had a good shot of getting them, and they almost did. But the Eagles go down this week. Super Cooper is going to lead the Cowboys to the win. That defense is going to be on fire. They're going to be chasing Hurts all around. They will get to him. It's going to be a great weekend. Again, Cooper's going to continue to hit CD. And I just think they're gonna pull it out, and then we will really, as I've been saying since week 2, right? I've been saying that Cooper has the relationship with CD. He throws it to CD, he hits it. Now CD's got to catch this ball; he's got to consistently catch it. But Dak has not been going to CD, and if and when he comes back, he's gonna have to establish that rapport with CD. The thing that he did not do with Dez. He's got to connect with 88 and connect with CD. But Cooper is going to do that. The Cowboys are going to win in the upset, and then it's going to be fun to sit back. Get your popcorn ready for real and sit back and watch the drama that starts to unfold in Dallas with the controversy after they get this win.
Yeah. If they win, there's going to be a lot of controversy. Dak might be having a mad face in this.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, the face here, because he was cheesing on that second week of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, he's been looking more and more serious. So,
okay.
Yeah. What's up?
Wait. Hold on a minute. Can you bring up your cup again? Your cup.
Yeah, my cup, man. My cup. You talking about Cooper cup or my cup? What are you talking about? Why you looking like that, man?
Why you got it in a triple cup?
Because it keeps it cold. Man, you ain't know that?
I knew that.
Ooh. Yeah. You know about that. Yes.
But is that the only reason, or do you have some stuff in there that you don't
That is the only reason. That's the only reason. So I am not like some people. I do not use the double and triple cup like some other people do, or for the same reasons that they do. I have my own reasons. My reasons, my reason is for insulation. So keeps my beverage very, very cold the way that I like it. So I have adopted the double and triple cup method for installation purposes, man. And that's it.
Okay.
Feel me?
That's it.
All right.
Gotcha.
I try to call me out. All right. So let's move on, man. So we disagree on those 7 games. I'm very interested to see how this shakes out. So I can't wait. This is going to be a fun week of NFL action. Now let's get into the 7 games that we agree on. You ready for that?
I'm ready.
All right. So the 7 that you've copied me on that we agree on. The first one, we have my San Francisco 49ers, who are going to the Super Bowl this year, travel to ATL to play the Falcons. Who do we have in this one?
We have the Niners, Debo, they have that Debo, of course, they got the defense. They're going to sack Mariota probably at least 5 times. Mm-hmm. And, it's probably going to be an easy win.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, hey, the Falcons have been playing, as I've been saying all season long. I was right on one of their wins, but they're a scrappy team. They play hard. They're at home.
Scrappy.
So, hey, they are. They're at home. The Niners have to travel.
Okay, so you got to win. You know what I mean?
They have been winning. And they're traveling all the way from
on 2 games.
West Coast, all the way to the East Coast.
That's an accomplishment.
It's not going to be easy, but they're going to pull it out. They're going to pull it out. They're on the way to the Super Bowl, so they have to pull it out. But yeah. But the Falcons are no joke.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So that's who we got in that one. So that's who we got. So that's the first one. The second out of 7 that we agree on, we have your Cincinnati Bengals are traveling to Henry's New Orleans Saints. Henry, shout out to Henry, man, our super subscriber. We're trying to get him on our next show here to join us. So Henry, holler back at me, man, so we can get you on. But we both picked your Saints last week and they won. So the jinx is reversed. I am no longer a jinx to you, Henry. picked your Saints and they won.
You
But
need me to save it. It was a close game.
That's right, you
Need
did
to
pick
save it.
but I'm calling the jinx reversed. I picked the Saints and they won, so that's good. So Henry, you can feel good about that now. Feel good about me. But do we have the Saints this week, Diego, or are we going with the Bengals? Who do we have?
No, we do not have the Saints. Sorry, Henry, we do not have the Saints, but I got the Bengals winning, even though they're done and they suck and everything. I feel like Joe Burrow and everyone can go into New Orleans and win this game.
Really? Okay. Well,
it's like they're down Thomas. Jameis might come back, but he's hobbled, so I just don't think they can. I don't think they can beat the Bengals.
You must not be as down on the Bengals as you say you are, okay? Because you're picking them on.
Well, I have so since I have them beating the Saints, you think I'm not as down on them?
You're not.
They're beating the Saints.
Deep down,
did I pick them last week?
You did. No, you didn't pick them last week.
I did not pick them last week.
They were playing the Ravens.
And was I right?
But deep down,
was I right?
When the money's on the table, when we absolutely have to
you want to answer my question.
You know.
You want to was I right last week?
No, I'm not even going to answer your question. I'm just going to move on. All right. The third game out of 7 that we agree on this week, because since my son and I agree that the Bengals are going to win this week, who else do we agree on? We've got the Baltimore Ravens traveling to MetLife Stadium to play the New York Giants. Who do we have in this one, son?
We got the team that beat the Bengals last week. We got the Ravens who beating the Giants. Even though the Giants are coming off a couple big wins, and I just don't think it's gonna last. I just think somehow it's just gonna deflate. And Daniel Jones is bad at home, and like in London last week, that's basically the farthest from MetLife Stadium you can get. So
yes.
So I mean, Lamar's gonna carry the team and do what he does. So I feel like they're gonna win.
Yeah, the Giants should definitely be 2-3 this year. They've had 2 very fluky wins, but I think the Ravens are strong. I'm excited to see them next week, but they I think are going to go into Jersey and get the take care of business and get the Giants. And Lamar, if he continues to play well, he may be the chance might get a little louder for him getting his second MVP. So we'll see what happens there. All right, the fourth game out of 7 that we agree on, we have the GOATs, Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Who do we have in this one?
I got the Bucs winning this one, and I kind of feel bad for Kenny Pickett, because a couple weeks ago he gets thrown in randomly against the Jets, and they're down by a lot. So then it's crazy that he even brought them back to even have a chance in that game. Yeah. And then he goes into Buffalo to play the Bills, and now he has to play Tom Brady in the Bucs and that defense. So, but anyway, I do have the Bucs winning, and the Steelers will go 1-5, and their season is over. So yes,
that would be bad, but I totally agree with you, and great point about Pickett. Great point there. So nothing else for me to add on that one, man. Let's just move on to the 5th game. We've got your mighty Carolina Panthers traveling to the West Coast to play the Los Angeles Rams. Man, are you sticking with your boys? What's going on? Well, both your boys. These are both your teams. Man, this is the Diego Bowl.
Jeez, it just pains me to pick this game because both of my squads, are just horrible right now. So, but I do have the better team, the team that is at home, the Los Angeles Rams, reigning Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes, because they are the reigning Super Bowl champs. Do you know they were the reigning Super Bowl champs? Yeah, I don't know if you do that.
For now, they are.
Yes, they are, and they're going to beat. Well, actually, no, not Baker, but the XFL guy and the Panthers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how low we've gotten.
Yep. You know, I'm not even gonna mess with you anymore on this one because I messed with you enough a few weeks back, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. But yeah, we got the Rams. Got the Rams in this one. Panthers are done. We both were excited about Baker coming. We both picked the Panthers to make the playoffs this year. That is definitely done. We're totally wrong about that. So hey, we were homers on that. All right. So 6 game out of 7 that we agree on. We've got your Buffalo Bills, your Super Bowl pick for this year, traveling to the team that you love. You are just in love with the Kansas City Chiefs, going to Kansas City. Are you going against your mighty Chiefs at home?
Yes, I am going against my mighty Chiefs at home
What?
because last year the Josh Allen Bills came to in the regular season they came to Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs on their home field, and they did lose in the playoffs. But I feel like just like without Tyreek Hill, because they had last year in that divisional game it was a really tight game, and then like Mahomes just threw like this little small like 5 or 10 yard in route to Tyreek, and he just like burned everybody for 40 yards and took it to the house. So but like not having that, it's kind of hard to pick them against the team that I think is going to win the Super Bowl. So I have the Bills.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, not having that nuclear weapon in Tyreek definitely hurts them in a game like this against the Bills, a team that has so much firepower. When the Bills are right, when the Bills are motivated, when they're amped up, there's no stopping them. And this is definitely a game that they are going to be just on fire, ready for. I mean, they're going to be like they were against the Rams in week 1. I mean, they're going to be so ready. This is going to be pretty big. And so got the Bills in this one all day for sure. All right. Well, we've got one more game to pick since there's just 14 this week. We have the Russell Wilson mighty Denver Broncos coming off of that heartbreaking defeat, going on the road to play the Los Angeles Chargers. Who do we have in this one?
We have the Chargers, no questions asked, because, the Broncos, the only good part about their team is their defense, right? So, but they're playing the Chargers, Herbert and Eckler, and they might even and have Mike Williams, a receiver, and they might even get Keenan Allen back this week. I don't know for sure. Okay. But especially if they get him, like it's like over, because because they're gonna light up the defense, and then the offense for the Broncos isn't going to be able to do anything, because I mean like they scored 9 points against the Colts, like 11 points against the 49ers, like just a bunch of like low like 10 to 15 point games they've had. So I have the Chargers winning.
Yeah, definitely have the Chargers. Don't have much faith in the Broncos. Again, the defense is strong, but that offense is struggling, and the Chargers should be ready. They'll be home. They'll be ready to go. Herbert's looking, better and better each week. So they should definitely take care of business in this game. And then the division on the line, they'll definitely take care of business here. So that's another one that we agree on. We agree on 7, disagree on 7. We're both 45 and 34 overall. So one of us should start to pull away a little bit this week, and we'll see. So it's going to be fun to watch these games with you, man. So I'm excited about that. But as we wrap up this episode here, our 6th episode of Who You Got. So fun doing this with you. Want to get back to one of our segments that we started earlier this season, which is It Just Me? So this is where we recognize just little things that happen throughout the league, and as we're talking and whatnot, and little things that we pick up on. So I think you have one this week. You have Is It Just Me? something that you recognize. What do you have for us, man?
Yeah, well, I definitely do have an is it just me? So here we go. So is it just me, or does anyone notice that the Detroit Lions coach is always sniffing when he's giving a motivational speech?
Yep.
Like in Hard Knocks, he was talking about grit, He was like, yeah, the grit, man. It's like talking about the grit, and he's just always sniffing. So I don't know why he sniffs in particular. It could be for lots of different reasons. but yeah, that is my. Is it just me?
Is it just me? Yeah, maybe it could be his allergies. It's just super emotional. I don't know, but I have noticed that as well. He does sniff a lot, especially at the beginning and at the end of his statements. Definitely takes a deep breath and does the sniff, and then runs out of breath. And yeah, it's very interesting. That's our guy, though. But shout out to Detroit. Shout out to Lions are on bye, man.
Actually, wait a minute. So Detroit, I got you. So I tried to pick you this week, but you guys failed me, and I don't know when I'm ever gonna pick you again. So just letting you know, like it's like if I don't pick Detroit for the rest of the year, I'm just letting you know that right now. So there's a logical reason if that does not happen. Okay. So yeah, because I seriously might not.
Well, we'll see. They'll be back in week 7. We'll see who they're going up against. But yeah, that was a very tough loss last week. The last couple of weeks been extremely tough losses for different reasons. So you had the game when they scored like 38 points and still lost because they gave up 48. And then losing 29-0 against the Patriots and their third string quarterback or whatever. 2 very difficult losses. So hopefully they can get it together. I mean, again, like the culture that seemed to be building, but these last 2 weeks are definitely going to test that. It's going to test that resolve. So we'll see. And we'll see if the offense can bounce back. The offense was looking great, and then it just got shut out. So we'll see what happens there. So come on, Detroit. Let's get it together. We need you. We need you to play well. Rep for our family that's in Detroit. Let's go. Yes. All right. So 2 quick things before we go, man. Hey, I can't let you get out here. Okay, I've been real nice. I've gone easy on you, but I can't let you get out of here without talking about that fantasy football matchup that we had. I finally got my hands on you. I finally got a chance to go against you last week in fantasy. Man, how'd you enjoy this past week, man? You enjoy that butt whooping? Let me get another sip here while you talk about how amazing.
Technically it wasn't my fault because so if I would have played Gabe Davis, because Gabe Davis I think was like the leading receiver in fantasy, this week, and he got like 2 long touchdowns and just crazy. Okay. If I had played him, then I would have won, and I lost by like 30 points. Yeah. But still, because I played Robert Woods instead of him, so okay. I was seeing him like at the beginning of the game. It's like, oh, it's a 98-yard touchdown. I was like, oh man. He's played. He got had 3 points, like 1 point. Yep. Then all of a sudden he's just like pow.
Yep. So that's a lesson. Hey, y'all have these high draft picks and they have 1 or 2 bad weeks. You got to stick with them, because as soon as you put them on the bench, they blow up for 30-some points like Diego did, and that cost them the game. So you're saying that it wasn't your team, it was bad management. The bad ownership and management is what caused the defeat. It's
the Buffalo Bills' fault.
It was the Buffalo Bills' fault.
Yes, it was. Well, yes, they should have they should have thrown it to Diggs, and then everything would have been fine.
All right. Well,
okay, that's just how it is.
Well, lucky for you, we will play each other again. So you'll have one more crack at me. You'll have one more crack at me. Hey, you'll have D-Hop Ooh, man. So you'll be a little stronger, and we'll see what happens. So we'll get to play each other again. But it was fun going against you. It's always fun when we play each other in fantasy. So I had to mess with you a little bit on that. All right. Well, hey man, before we get out of here, let's mention our causes. Who we playing for again?
Yeah, well, I am playing for the Eat.Learn.Play Foundation, by Stephen Ayesha Curry in Oakland, California.
Okay, Oakland, California. All right, we got to get back out there, man. We got to check out the Warriors again soon. And I am playing for the Jalen Rose Leadership Academy. So one of our causes is going to get 2,500. The other is going to get 5. We still have a lot of season to go, a lot of picks to go. We're neck and neck. We're tied. We're going to keep on going, and we'll see when this regular season ends who gets the lion's share. But hey, love doing this with you, man. We'll let you get out of here. Know you got a big Friday tomorrow, big day of school, so we'll get you out. And hey, I'm looking forward to this NBA special show. So we're gonna record that tomorrow. But until then, y'all enjoy sports, enjoy week 6, enjoy each other, and we'll catch you next time. Pick 'em pros.
Pros out.
Out.